WIFI AM 1460. God's got a blessing. Fred Hammond and Norman Hutchins, and he definitely does have a blessing. He's got a blessing for you today in the form of Joan Baker. So let me tell you, she's a dynamic woman. She's someone who's no stranger to the voiceover world. She's the top female voiceover artist in the country. She's the spokesperson for the Norman Microphone Company. She's a champion for the cure for Alzheimer's, the author of The Secrets of Voiceover Success. She's beautiful, y'all, inside and out. Please help me welcome Miss Joan Baker to the R&B Bistro. Joan, it is an honor to welcome you to the Bistro. Thanks so much for joining me.
And Venus, that intro, did you write that?
I did.
Because that was out of this world. What a blessing to even be here in your presence. Thank you so much. I think it's interesting how we met.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We met in 2009.
I don't even know.
Or 2000. It was 2009. Yeah.
Oh my God.
At one of my voiceover events.
And who would have thought that?
I know.
You know.
And then LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So social media is very important these days. You cannot ignore it.
You can't ignore it.
You cannot ignore it.
Oh my God. And it's just, I'm so overwhelmed, and I know the folks don't want to hear my overwhelmness. So I'm going to just dive right into
Dive in,
so that they can get their questions going. Let me tell you, the number is 609-447-0237 and 0236. I hear that the web is kind of crashing, so bear with us, guys. Keep trying. And if you have a smartphone or an iPad or any kind of tablet, any 3G and 4G device, you can download the free app TuneIn Radio and then search for WIFI AM 1460 or 1460 AM. Lock it in and you can listen to us just like you're listening to AM radio, okay? So Joan, how did you get started in voiceover? I know that's a burning question.
Okay, how I got started was actually by accident. And I want to say about little beautiful accidents that because I didn't know the rules, because I didn't know the industry or how it worked, it kind of allowed me a certain freedom within myself to really open doors for myself. So I was someone that before voiceover, I was searching to get into entertainment. I knew that I wanted to have an entertainment industry career. I didn't know how that was going to look. I had tried many different avenues. At one point, before cable became cable, I was on a show live, and they had hired me to do be the voice of the nightclub industry. So I would go to nightclubs and I would interview like I interviewed Madonna. I interviewed, before she was Madonna.
Okay.
And then I would report it on the show.
And I would do it in like this character voice.
Right? And I would be all dolled up. And so from there, I knew that I wanted to do something fun in character because I knew that was really my heart.
Right.
I looked into Backstage magazine and I happened to see an ad for voiceover, and it said regular voice, character, and cartoon. So I thought, and the woman's name was Joni, and that's my name.
Okay.
So I was thinking,
What a Noman, right?
Yes, and I was thinking, you know what? I don't know anything about it, but I know that I could do cartoon and character voices. And I said, and usually I'm very goal-oriented, and I said, you know what? I'm going to drop the goals, and I'm just going to take what I need to take and see where it leads me. Like a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
So I took 4 classes. I had it down. I did a demo reel at the time that was about 3 minutes long, which is very different now. You can't do that, or you'd be drummed out of the business.
Okay, 1 to 2, right?
Right. Well, actually 1.
1 now?
1 minute.
Okay.
And it might even get shorter.
Okay.
So I had this this great teacher, coach. I went in and did a demo reel. I started my plight with the top talent agencies, and I was going to work my way down, but right away 3 wanted to sign me. Could not get arrested before.
Awesome.
And then one of them, our energies really matched, and my energy was really go get them. So I signed with Don Buckland and Associates back in 1991.
Wonderful. Now I know I mentioned in the intro that you were the voice of the Neumann Corporation, the microphone.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, you know, again, it wasn't something I was seeking. I wasn't even thinking about it. And I had been in an article. I don't remember the article exactly, but the article was in Radio World magazine. And one of my friends that I had been interviewed on his show he called me and said that he was talking to one of the heads at Neumann, and he said that he was talking about me in this article which had just come out, and the guy at Neumann said, I would really like to meet her. I'm interested in her being representing our company through the voiceover industry. So once we talked on the phone, that was it. And next thing you know, I had a contract. And next thing you know, I was hopping in terms of being a spokesperson and getting Neumann out there in the voiceover industry, because they are out there in singing, they're out there in other industries. Right. But voiceover was an industry that they hadn't quite captured. And I knew that with what I was doing in the industry, I knew that I could be of real service to them. And they have been in real service to me.
Now, I'm going to ask you this, and I'm going to deviate from it for a few minutes from the questions that I have. And I know there's someone holding on the line, and we want to bring them in. But I want you to tell our listeners, because I know that that's kind of special. It just doesn't happen like that for everybody. And I don't want people to think, oh, I can just go and do a demo and they're going to think that I'm wonderful and I'm going to get a spokesperson job. It doesn't happen.
No,
like
it doesn't.
That. So just say a little bit on that, and then we're going to go to the phone, okay?
Okay. Well, what I want to say is when you get into the voiceover industry, voiceover is actually a behind-the-scenes job.
Yes.
Literally post-production. So it's after production has already been done, the voiceover comes in, as well as other aspects.
Right.
So it's a behind-the-scenes job. It's not easy to navigate how to break in or how to get into voiceover, but one of the keys or one of the secrets to breaking in is actually learning the craft.
Yes.
Learning the craft of voiceover. Voiceover is more of it's voice acting.
Yes.
So you don't have to be an actor, but you definitely have to learn some of those acting skills in order to look at a script, interpret it, and bring it to life, breathe life in it through you, the human being, the person. And you want to bring it to a script, the dynamics of relationships that you have in your life. You want to bring to a script your point of views about things in life based on the direction that you're getting. And the direction you might be getting might be on the script itself, it might be through a casting director in person, or if you have the job, through a producer. All that, what I just said, takes a lot of skill and craft, because voiceover is the art of spontaneity, subtlety, and nuance. Okay. So when you, for example, when you see actors on stage, it's all about being bigger than life. Yes. In voiceover, it's the exact opposite. It's a full performance, but it's done through nuance and subtlety. Right. So,
and the copy is more important than you.
The copy, but what is important?
What you bring to the copy.
What you bring to the copy is everything.
Yes.
And if you think about it, when you do go to an audition, and I know the listeners, the different levels out there that are listening, so I can also talk in terms that are from the very beginning, in the middle, and once you have a booming career. Okay. But when you do go to an audition, you don't get the direction until you walk into the booth. Exactly. So that's why you have to be able to at least loosely interpret what kind of copy you have.
So do you think improv classes would help with that?
I think improv is crucial.
Okay.
Crucial. Okay. And I'm also speaking to commercial and radio copy, because that's the only area that one can actually get an agent in. Okay. All the other areas in voiceover, and there are many, because advertising and voiceover are very prominent in the world. It's actually taken for granted. So when people hear voiceover, and they're not in it, they easily go, well, I've been told I have a great voice, right?
I'm glad you're hitting on that one.
Yeah, I've been told I have a great voice. I can do that. They don't realize that what they're hearing is actually a performance.
Yes. That was one of my throwaway questions.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's anything but throwaway, right? Exactly. But voiceover, what you're hearing on radio, on TV, and any other medium is actually a performance. Yes. So when people listen to voiceover, they're just thinking, oh, it's my voice. But that's something you have to really get trained and skilled in. And believe me, when you're in front of the microphone, the nuances and subtleties are something you can't manufacture. Yes. It's something that we are actually being paid to bring our inner life to the microphone. Yes. If not, they'd hire the editor.
I know that's right. Now we're going to hold on to the questions because we've got to take a song, and I know we have callers on the phone eager. So we're going to go to She's a Bad Mama Jamma, because yes, she is.
Oh no, that's on my iPod. Ooh.